So we're here today to unveil and celebrate this new beautiful mural that we have here in the City of Monterey Park. This mural was commissioned by and donated to the City of Monterey Park on behalf of the Los Angeles Rams. So we're here gathering just to do the official unveiling and celebrate AAPI Heritage Month.
So I guess from a conceptual standpoint, I wanted to do something that kind of spoke to Asian culture as a whole, just like the AAPI community from a very broad standpoint, because it was hard to capture every specific group, which I wanted to do, but I know within my creative style I couldn't really do that, and so I felt like the dragon was a great representation as a whole of something that spoke to bravery, strength, and protection, and so that's kind of how I landed on the concept. And then from there it was figuring out, okay, how do I actually draw this and place it onto the wall. Yeah, I think, for me, being Filipino American, I'm part of the AAPI community, I wanted the work to just symbolize this idea of resilience, and with the dragon being such a powerful symbol of those things, and so that was the big thing that I wanted the artwork to speak on, is just this idea of just being bold and brave and powerful, because I know the API community here and a lot of different places have gone through a lot within the last few years, so wanting something, even though it's as simple as artwork, to speak to those things.
I think as you have an opportunity with the Rams platform, there's always an opportunity to uplift local creators and designers, and working with DJ before on a lot of our iconography around LA Bold, which really signifies sort of the advancement of Angelinos all across this market. I think it's an opportunity for us to continue to do great work with local creators.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Excellent. Thank you to everyone for coming out today for our unveiling of our amazing mural. And I want to, before we get started, recognize a couple of people who are here, some dignitaries. I'd like to welcome and thank Supervisor Hilda Solis for being here today. From Assembly Member Mike Fong's office, Jennifer Tang. And from Congresswoman Judy Chu's office, Enrique Robles. And of course, our amazing City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Thomas Wong. Councilmember Vin Go. And Councilmember Henry Lowe. Is there any other dignitaries that I might have missed out there? Oh, state senators. Go ahead.
From Senator Susan Rubio's office, my name's Alex.
Thank you, Senator Susan Rubio's office. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and get started. And before we do, I also wanted to thank our city staff who worked so diligently to make sure that this happened. Is our city manager here, Mr. Rombo? Is he here? Our assistant city manager? There, Inez Alvarez, thank you. And of course, Robert Aguirre from Monterey Park, Parks and Rec. Thank you for being the almost emissary for all of this and the face of this as well. Thank you so much for our city staff who made this all possible. My name is Jose Sanchez, and I'm the mayor of Monterey Park, and I'm so glad to be here on this momentous occasion. This is our very first public art here in Monterey Park, and it's so befitting that our very first public art celebrates on our very last day of May, our very last day of Asian American Pacific Islander Month, celebrates the Asian American culture and also just the diverse culture and diversity of the city. So we are so thankful to the LA Rams who commissioned this art, and of course to the artist who is here today, DJ JAVIER, if you can stand and be recognized. Thank you so much. I think that this will be not just today a momentous occasion, but being our very first public art here in Monterey Park that celebrates our diverse culture. You will be the very first artist to be the face of this. So we thank you so much on behalf of the residents of Monterey Park. We thank you. I also wanted to, we have quite a bit of speakers today. So I want to go ahead and get us started with our CMO, Catherine Kai come on down to share a few remarks about the mural. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you all for having us here today. I want to give a very special thank you to the mayor, to all of the local dignitaries for this really momentous occasion. As someone who grew up spending all of my Saturdays here in the San Gabriel Valley with my ama and agong, it's a very, very special opportunity within sports to celebrate the AAPI community, our local fandom, and are very, very grateful to DJ Javier for such an incredible piece. We've had the great fortune to work with DJ for some time now, celebrating the real strength and excitement of the LA and Angelino community, and are so very, very grateful to be able to unveil this phenomenal work for this community and the Rams fans all over the San Gabriel Valley. So excited to be here. Thank you again for this opportunity, and thank you, DJ.
Thank you so much. I'd like next to invite the man of the hour, our artist DJ Javier, to share a few words and maybe a little bit about the mural as well.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I put together a few words that I'd love to share with you all, but first of all, I just want to thank, obviously, the City of Monterey Park. One second. The City of Monterey Park, just for opening up their arms to myself and my work. I mean, while I was here, like, I met such incredible people. I had an assistant working with me, and he probably got annoyed because, like, I kept getting down because I wanted to talk to, like, everybody who came by. And, I mean, such great conversations, even down to a local resident wanting to just come and bring myself and my assistant donuts just out of the kindness of his heart. And so I was able to meet just really awesome people, and it was super cool to see firsthand the warmth and love from the community. And I can just to see it, there's my son, hi Duke, just to see such a tight-knit community in person in real life. And then obviously thank you once again to the Rams as well for being so supportive. And I mean, when I think about the 13-year-old version of me, I never in a million years thought like, oh, I might work with an NFL team and paint a huge mural with my name on it. Like, I never would have thought that, coming from someone who barely graduated high school, who didn't really have a lot of vision, to where I am now. And so I just want to thank the Rams once again for that. Yeah, I'd love to share just a little thing I wrote. Throughout the years, I've been blessed and grateful to create and collaborate on a wide variety of projects, but there have been very few things as special and meaningful as the work I stand here with today. Growing up Filipino American, I spent most of my youth embarrassed of my culture and heritage. I was embarrassed of the food that my family ate that at times found itself in my school lunchbox, the language spoken at home, and the customs that my family held to. I stood out amongst my peers. I didn't want to be different, I just wanted to blend in. As I grew older, I started to finally comprehend my family's story and my heritage. It was not at all something to be ashamed of. My heritage was a place to find strength and build a firm foundation on. I began to see that there was a common thread of power and perseverance from my parents and the people who came before me. As my eyes began to open, I realized that this theme spreads widely across the entire AAPI community as a whole, that this story was not just my story, it was all our story. I knew this project was going to represent something more than just art on a wall. It was a moment to celebrate the AAPI community, and I'm truly honored to be able to share this work with the City of Monterey Park. The artwork behind me is titled Resilient Forever, the dragon symbolizing strength, power, and protection, themes that all push towards this idea of being resilient in all things and all circumstances. My parents had immigrated here from the Philippines in the early 1980s, leaving everything behind in the hope of a better future for their family. I remember someone recently had asked my father, "Did you ever think about going back if it didn't work in the States?" My father responded with confidence, "No, I had no choice. I just knew I had to make it work." And I am proud to say he did. And I'm sure many of you here can resonate and relate to that story, because it's a story that many of us in the AAPI community our families, loved ones, even ourselves all share together. The story of resilience, persevering no matter what obstacles may come. This artwork is more than a mural, but hopefully something that can serve as a symbol of strength, perseverance, and an unshakable resilience that the AAPI community all share and walk together in day after day. I can tell you today, I no longer desire to blend in like the young version of me I hoped to. I stand proudly together with you all as a member of the AAPI community, and I'm honored to create this artwork as a banner to raise our story, people, and our heritage high. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give him one more round of applause for this amazing mural, because he truly deserves it. For our next portion, I'd like to invite any dignitaries who are here who have certificates that they would like to present. If you can please come this way and line up. Should we start with Supervisor Solis? Thank you. Several. She has several.
Well, first of all, good morning, everyone, and buenos dias. It's really my honor and pleasure to be here this morning. I'm very excited and very, very, just honored to be able to meet this young artist, DJ JAVIER. Oh my God, what an inspiration. Your story is our story, because our story also is about immigrants, and it's about people coming together and blending and knowing that no matter what comes before us, that we're going to be resilient. And this community knows what that means, because recently, as you know, we had a terrible incident that took place in the City of Monterey Park and our neighboring Alhambra. But people are coming out of that now. And this artwork and the fact that communities are coming together is really what's going to make the difference. And I think that on the cusp of this month, as we're leaving AAPI celebrations month long, we know that it doesn't just start and end, because this is who we are. We're always about lifting up our community in every space. And I'm proud to be able to represent one of the LA County's districts that has the largest proportion of AAPI residents, believe it or not. So it's about 25% AAPI and 55% Latino. But it's always been like that for us here in the San Gabriel Valley. And I know a lot of my colleagues and friends that are here know and understand how important that is. We have a lot of work to do, though, moving ahead, and I want to thank the LA Rams for coming here and helping us to celebrate the good work and things that happen in communities like this. This neighborhood has gone through so much, so it really is a salute to them and to you all for recognizing our wonderful community. There's so many cultural attributes here in the community, and I can go on and on about that, but we're here to say thank you for this day to celebrate, to have this beautiful mural that's going to be on display for everybody, not just the City of Monterey Park or Alhambra. It's going to be for everybody, and hopefully it'll be a tradition that we celebrate all the time. So first of all, I want to present this scroll on behalf of the County of Los Angeles and to the City of Monterey Park for their unveiling today of the AAPI Heritage Mural that's taking place in the city, and really want to celebrate all of you. So if the council members and the mayor want to come jump up really quick, that would be fine. And let's give them a big round of applause, because they have been going through a lot, and they've been fearless too. So. We're gonna get very nice. And I also would like to present this to the Los Angeles Ram, a scroll also recognizing their contributions to our community, so we can have our representatives come up. Thank you. And then, of course, last but not least, DJ JAVIER. Thank you so much for your artistic creativity, your love, and everything that you've been doing with the Rams in our communities. You really inspire a lot of us, and young people especially. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to invite Enrique Robles from behalf of Congresswoman Judy Chu's office.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Enrique Robles, and I'm the District Chief of Staff for Congressmember Judy Chu. It's a real honor to join all of you in celebrating the unveiling of this mural that honors the courage, strength, and boldness of the Asian American and Pacific Islander community. I want to thank the Los Angeles Rams for their donation and making all this possible. Thank you to the City of Monterey Park for hosting this mural. And thank you to DJ JAVIER for the remarkable vision and reminding the world that the AAPI community is resilient forever. That phrase, resilient forever, and this mural are more important than ever, as our AAPI communities have been the target of senseless hate and violence for years. From the scapegoating and murder of Vincent Chen by 2 white auto workers who were never spent a day in jail, to the 120,000 Japanese Americans that were falsely presumed disloyal and incarcerated in their own country, to the xenophobic backlash against Muslim, Sikh, Arab, Middle Eastern, and South Asians after 9/11, to the hateful anti-Asian rhetoric of Trump during the pandemic. But each time, the AAPI community has come together to overcome these horrible events, and each time they have grown in strength. And we see that in the strength of our local leaders in the San Gabriel Valley, in the California State Legislature, and in the halls of Congress, where AAPI leaders are sitting at the table working to uplift all our communities, and where AAPI voters have been the margin of victory in major elections across the country. And nowhere is that strength and that resiliency more evident than right here in Monterey Park. This city is so unique, and as the first suburban Chinatown in the US, it holds a special position within the nationwide Asian American community. That's why the shootings on Lunar New Year at Stardance Studio, where 11 people were killed, wasn't just an attack on Monterey Park, it was an attack at the heart of Asian America. Importantly, this attack also came amid years of rising anti-Asian hate incidents and crime nationwide. Regardless of the ethnicity of the shooter, this massacre cannot be disconnected from the trauma wrought by over 11,500 hate crimes and incidents against Asian Americans since March 2020. But just as it's done so many times before, the AAPI community came together to support the victims' families, uplift their immigrant stories, and rebuild this community. And that strength and that resiliency that we've seen from the AAPI community over the course of decades is what we are honoring and recognizing today. So on behalf of Congressmember Judy Chu, I want to present certificates of congressional recognition to the people that made this possible. Our artist, DJ JAVIER, the Los Angeles Rams, and the City of Monterey Park. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Alex from Susan Rubio's office. Senator Rubio, sorry.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Let's give one more round of applause, please, to DJ JAVIER for this beautiful mural. It's murals like these and different types of artistic works that contribute to the AAPI community, not only in California, but throughout the United States. So with that, I'd like to present DJ JAVIER with the certificate of recognition that reads, on behalf of the California State Senate, it is my privilege to present you with the certificate in recognition of your mural unveiling ceremony. Thank you for promoting Asian American and Pacific Islanders culture and heritage in the 22nd State Senate District. Congratulations. And I would also like to present the Los Angeles Rams with a certificate of recognition that reads, on behalf of the California State Senate, it is my privilege to present you with the certificate in recognition of your mural unveiling ceremony. Thank you for contributing to Asian American and Pacific Islanders culture and heritage in the 22nd State Senate District. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And next, I'd like to invite the wonderful Jennifer Tang, who's representing Assemblymember Mike Fong's office.
Thank you, Mayor Sanchez. Good morning. My name is Jennifer Tang, District Director for Assemblymember Mike Fong. The Assemblymember is a huge supporter of the arts, and he wanted me to be here this morning to congratulate the City of Monterey Park and DJ JAVIER for the unveiling of this mural. What a beautiful way to close out Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I'm a lifelong Monterey Park resident, and we are a very proud city. We are a very resilient city, and we're also a majority AAPI city, with many immigrants and children of immigrants from all over the world. Monterey Park is a special place because we celebrate our diversity and our inclusivity. Assemblymember Fong and I are both born in the year of the dragon, so I wanted to take a moment to share what dragons represent in the Chinese zodiac. Dragons symbolize power and strength. Members of the AAPI communities often have to combat being rendered invisible in media, in corporate America, and in halls of power. For many of us who have ever felt unseen or unheard, dragons are a source of inspiration, a reminder of the power and resilience in each and every one of us, no matter your heritage or your background. So thank you to DJ JAVIER and the Los Angeles Rams for contributing this work of public art to our city. And thank you to the City Council and to staff for your leadership in bringing this forth. Studies have shown that public art spurs local economic growth and new jobs. So let's keep going. On behalf of Assemblymember Mike Fong and as a fellow dragon, it is my honor to represent this certificate to DJ JAVIER, the City of Monterey Park, and the LA Rams. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you once again to Supervisor Solis, Assemblymember Mike Fong's office, and Congressman Judy Chu's office, and Senator Rubio's office. Thank you so much. I wish to share a few words about this mural, but before I do, I want to make sure that I thank the LA Rams for donating this beautiful mural that celebrates AAPI Heritage Month, and of course our city staff who made this happen. We're gathered here today not just to express our profound gratitude for this amazing mural, but also to honor its artists and the benefactors who made this possible. We thank you. Today is the last day of Asian American Pacific Islander Month, and it was very fitting that we dedicate this mural in honor of AAPI Heritage this month. And while we sit here and honor AAPI Heritage Month through this public art, this mural also highlights and celebrates the different cultures in our community and, of course, our history. The mural defines, at least for me, a point in history in Monterey Park and in the San Gabriel Valley. In the last couple of years, the AAPI community have endured so much, from an increase in hate crimes during the pandemic to, of course, the mass shooting that happened on the 21st of January. This mural, or this public art, is a reflection of time and place here in Monterey Park. When I drive down Garfield Avenue, this mural is visible from Garfield Avenue. When I bring my daughters to swimming classes here at George Elder Park, this mural will have a different meaning for my family, for myself. For me, it will mark a point in time in our history here in Monterey Park, but also a moment within my own life. My family and I had the opportunity to come and visit the artist while he was painting, and he was very gracious to come down and speak to us. As we pulled up in my truck, my daughter gazed outside the window and said, "It's beautiful." That was the first thing she said. And my wife, who went to school here at Macy's, said, "I wish this mural was here when I was a student, so it was something I could see on a daily basis." She asked me something that kind of stuck with me. At first I didn't think about it, but kids are very perceptive. And so She said, who owns it? She said, does it belong to the artist? And I didn't think much of it, but later I reflected on that question. And as I reflected, I realized not just how perceptive kids are and how her comment made me really think deeply about this mural and public art. This mural, if you remember, caused a lot of conversation in our community, but most of the conversation welcomed and praised the mural. It made me think about how this mural was being perceived by the community. It made me think about the ownership question that my daughter had asked me. You see, this mural doesn't belong to the Rams anymore, doesn't belong even to the artist anymore. It belongs to our community. We're all stakeholders in this community, and all of our voices matter, and that's what this mural proved. This mural belongs not just to the AAPI community in Monterey Park or in the San Gabriel Valley. It belongs to all the people who gather in front of it, who admire it daily, who think about what the artist was thinking about when he painted the mural. It makes you think about the significance of the dragon, and next year is the year of the dragon. And for a history teacher like myself, it makes me think about this point in history. I'm convinced that this will not be the only public art piece in Monterey Park. But today, as history will remember it, it will mark the beginning of a new chapter in our city's history. It will be remembered as a day that we celebrated the diversity of our community. We celebrated diversity in thought, and we celebrated the importance of art in public places. And last night, as we were in line for our last ride at Disneyland, I asked my daughter, Mia, what she wanted me to share about the mural in Monterey Park. And she said, can we have more? Thank you. I'd next like to invite the rest of the City Council to share some words about the mural.
Thank you, Mayor Sanchez. That was beautiful and very hard to follow up. But thank you. I just want to add and echo my sincere appreciation and heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this possible, to the LA Rams who approached the city a little while ago to commission this art piece, and as these discussions started to happen with staff, the Recreation and Community Services Department, Robert, and so many others who had to come together to make this happen, and appreciate this being able to be unveiled during AAPI Heritage Month. Thank you to DJ JAVIER. I think Supervisor Solis said it best. Your story is our story and the story of Monterey Park and our community. And I'm so grateful that you were able to put this piece together and to share yourself and your art that helps to reflect the tremendous diversity here in Monterey Park in our community. And appreciate that this is, as Mayor Sanchez and others have committed to, I joined in that commitment to making sure this is not the last public art piece that we have, and I think we have a shared commitment to make sure that we will have more of these art pieces that spur conversation, spur discussion, help to bring the community together to celebrate the vast diversity of and resilience of our community in the years and decades ahead. And I will just close with this. DJ, if you're willing and if others are willing as well, there are many more walls in Monterey Park that are bare and that need some color and brightening up. Looking forward to continuing that conversation and looking for other opportunities as well. Thank you so much.
Wow, we have a lot of fanfare today. I'm not going to repeat what our mayor and our pro tem has just spoken, but I wanted to thank everyone for coming out today. First and foremost, thank you, Rams and leadership, Kevin, Maria, and Kat, for thinking of our city and for being part of our city. Shout out to staff, in particular Robert. Robert, we won't miss you. Some of you know this has been a challenge, but the title of the art is Resiliency Forever. So we get through all that, and we're here today. At the end of the day, it's good for the city. Thank you, staff. Thank you, leadership for the staff. And thank you, our commissioners for the city. Many of you are here today, too, for valuing your time and making the efforts to make the city great. And of course, DJ, when you use that name, Resiliency Forever, did you know you were going to live through a history of that when you were painting this? But in life, there's always challenges, and this is one of them. So, great name, great art, in a public place where the kids can enjoy and see this. The city's great. I love it here. I've been here 44 years. We're going to continue to make the city much, much better, including a lot more art and a lot more sports for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Go, and thank you to all of my colleagues and everyone who have already come up to speak. I'm told that I am the last speaker, and so I have the task of closing out the program. Let me just say this. Our community has gone through a lot this year. I've gone through a lot the past 2-3 years, and certainly I think when we speak to residents, emotions still raw about what has transpired, and how are we going to come together and move forward. And I think that this mural is an example of how we are planning that path forward. I want to say that, since the tragedy of January 21st, we have seen such a tremendous outpouring of support, of generosity from our elected officials, from Supervisor Solis, from Congressman Chu's office, from Senator Rubio's office, from Senator Mike Fong's office, to everyone in the community who have come out, to our vigils, who have come out to support our businesses, to our incredible staff, be it our library who hosts immigration workshops or tutorial services, or just staying open and making sure that even during the pandemic, we relax fines, to our Parks and Recs who have provided wonderful programming, like, for example, our recent Cherry Blossom Festival, our Playdays event, to bring the community together. These are acts of kindness, acts of solidarity, acts of courage, acts of defiance, acts of strength, acts of hope and resilience. And as my colleague said, public art has a tremendous power to uplift, to encourage, to engage, to inspire. And so I hope that this is just another brick on the road to Monterey Park's recovery, Monterey Park's resilience, Monterey Park's journey as a community, one that has been known to the United States, to the world for decades, for years in history books. And so I close with just saying thank you to everyone. Thank you to all from the community. Thank you to the RAM. Thank you to DJ JAVIER. Thank you to our media for continuing to cover us, our wonderful police and fire, our first responders. Just thank you, Public Works. Thank you for everyone who is here today. You are an example of how this community is going to move forward. And I always close by saying, our motto is pride in the past, faith in the future. And today's unveiling is another example of how we are proud of who we are, and we will stand forward and move forward into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Lowe. This concludes our programming for today. Before we close, though, I want to give one more shout out and thank you to the LA Rams for commissioning this amazing mural. To our artist, DJ JAVIER. And to all the dignitaries here, including Supervisor Solis, Congresswoman Judy Chu's office, Assemblymember Mike Fong's office, and Senator Rubio's office. Thank you so much. Feel free to stick around and talk to the artist, take some pictures, and thank you so much for coming out today. Thank you. Hi, we're here today to celebrate the last day of AAPI Heritage Month, but also to celebrate our mural that was just commissioned by the LA Rams and painted by DJ JAVIER, which you might have seen earlier. And this mural, as you can see behind me, is a dragon, and the title of this mural is Resiliency Forever, which is so befitting our community today, given in light of the shootings that happened in January the 21st, earlier this year. It shows and captures
picture is just how resilient our community is. I just like to share that I hope that this is the very first start or the beginning of a new chapter in our community of public art. One of the things that came out of this was just an outpouring of residents who said they want to see more of this. And we have many different cultures to celebrate here, including Latinos, including AAPI, and so many others. And we'd love to see so many of these different groups and so many different people, even within our own community, celebrated through a form of public art. And I believe someone else mentioned earlier that public art not just changes the mood of the community, but it also adds to the economic development of our community. It shows who we are, it shows how resilient we are, and where we're going. So I thank DJ Javier for this amazing mural, but also I look forward to the murals to come.